thank you for tuning in to Curve Uncensored. As I always say, anything I say on this show is strictly for entertainment purposes only, nothing more and nothing less. But remember that I'm not here for a long time, just a good informational time. So let's get into this show, okay? I know y'all tired of hearing about Diddy, but you know what? Diddy is gonna be hot on the press, on the TV, on the internet, on the radio, in these streets for quite some time. So y'all might as well get ready for it. Sit back, buckle up, honey, because we just hitting the iceberg right now. We just on the surface right now. It's gonna be a lot of stuff coming about Diddy. So y'all just gotta buckle up and ride the wave, baby. You know, the charges came down, and when they came down, the racketeering, the engaging in transportation for the P word, the prostitute. I mean, he just was doing the most racketeering. It's like, what was he thinking? What was going on in Diddy? Not a whole lot, just the freaky deaky stuff, okay? Obviously, because he wasn't thinking about nothing else but getting his bleep off. Crazy, okay? Then we want to talk a little bit about Wendy Williams' ex-husband, Kevin. What is wrong with Kevin, honey? We'll get into him in a quick second. The two fools that killed Young Dolph. Rest in peace. Whew, what is this world coming to, y'all? Have y'all heard about this fool in Atlanta? Have y'all heard about Brandon Dillard? Have y'all heard about Brandon Dillard? He is a CEO of a company called A-List Smiles or something like that. Whatever. In Atlanta. Shouldn't have been a company because he was putting veneers in people's mouth. He got on IG a whole bunch of people that he done put veneers in their mouth. He had a whole situation going on, a whole business for a whole long time. And people were going over there getting veneers for the low. If you're going to get veneers for the low, that you probably getting something jacked up in your mouth. Right. Yeah. He was around here giving people veneers and acting like he's a dentist. And if you walk into the office, it's said that it looks like a full-fledged dentist office. Now, how long that was gonna last, Brandon? How long was that gonna last? And then they had the DA, Bonnie Willis, and she was saying it was just unbelievable how it looked. It looked just like a full-fledged dental office. And he was doing classes. He had it said it was a doctor with him that was doing the classes, and they were showing people how to make veneers. So he was putting a whole bunch of copycats out here, got people out here doing veneers for people and not licensed. So because he was probably issuing some sort of certificate after his class. Child, how you gonna be letting all these crazy people? But you know what? When you go to your dentist, other than looking in your book for your doctor, your insurance company, we really don't know. We just really going by what's in the book. Can you believe that? Man, it is crazy how we trust people with our health. But yeah, he was around here doing that, giving people veneers, and now they done arrested his crazy butt. Child, you got to be careful who you be trusting your health to. But yeah, Brandon had a whole full-fledged setup. He had books. Let me show you this little video. Let me show the video, y'all. Look at Brandon. Look at Brandon.
Brandon.
And Dr. Mauricio Soto.
And welcome to our 2-day veneer class.
Started.
Did y'all see all his students? Did y'all see them students walking by smiling and waving? They going to a real class and child not even licensed a bit. But you know what? You know something out here doing the veneers, right? Jacking people up, and the long-term effect of it is going to be crazy. I hope no one gets sick. No one had any type of issues where everything has to be gone out of their mouth. All the teeth. Like if they had 1, 2, or 3, now they all gone. I really hope that nothing detrimental happens. But there could be long-term consequences from him performing this type of procedure on people without a license. They ain't been in not one dang on dental school. I don't even think he a hygienist. Brandon, you know you crazy. Who knows how long he been doing it either. And he's smiling all on IG. Y'all know y'all better stop putting everything on IG and Twitter and all of that, because y'all know y'all gonna get busted. It's crazy. I just had to talk about him real brief because it's a new fool born in town every single day. I couldn't believe people doing that. When I heard that on news, I was like, what? People really do that? But people really do. I know people that went to somebody that wasn't licensed and got some dental work done too. I be looking at y'all crazy. I'm not gonna let nobody put no needle in my mouth. You don't even know if they cleaning them things right. Oh, cha cheese. Anyway, just want to touch bases on Brandon. Brandon, I'm gonna need you to get together over there, okay? All right, y'all. Now listen. Diddy this week, like I said, was crazy. We've been talking about all these other new accusers coming out, like another 100 and something. We also talking about him getting a dream team of attorneys, to him allegedly being involved with someone as young as 9 years old. When I heard that, I clutched my pearls for real, y'all. For real. Because I was like, you tell me he was that grimy. He was that grimy to be out here messing with children. And what I don't get, wait a minute, I tell you what I don't get. What I don't get is why. Why? It has to be about the power. If any of this foolishness, when we know some of it is true because we have proof in the video, right? That he beat on Cassie. Don't know how many times we saw proof with our eyes, at least once, right? But we know it was more than one time. And then he thanked her at the award ceremony for supporting him during his dark times. What? Do you think that's enough? Do you think that's going to erase all the pain and mental issues? Man, please, that girl should have got more than what she got. What was it, 30-something million? She deserved more than that. I don't care if she stayed on her own or whatever the case may be. When someone is doing something like that to you, they hold real estate in your brain. They hold real estate in your brain. And from the sounds of it, P. Diddy, Puffy, Sean John, all Mr. Combs, whatever he was going by, was holding real estate in a whole lot of people's heads. And what I don't get is why. How is it that people allow people to get in their heads and manipulate them and control them to that effect? I just don't get it. If you put your hands on me and you're a man, okay, my mom always told me, don't put your hands on nobody if you don't want to get it back, right? So if you're a man, you should know, I don't care what type of man they allegedly say his father was, okay? Whether he was a pimp and had bleep, that was on his dad. He should have learned from that. You understand what I'm saying? That's no justification. He following in his dad's footsteps because he was too young to even really know what his dad did. Everything he probably heard most of it anyway. So he doesn't really, know a lot about what his dad did outside of what people said. So these are behaviors that he learned. I feel like all the parties and everything, like I said before, if it was me, I would probably been at a Diddy party too. Who wouldn't want to be at a Diddy party back in the day? Because Diddy party, from what I could see, looked like it was a lot of fun. It looked like the spot to be. You got celebrities all over the place, people partying, having a good time, drinking it up if that's your thing, hanging out, socializing. I mean, it's like a real life party, hip hop party, R&B party. Get down for free, but it really wasn't free. Now, after party, I wouldn't have went to, but I would have went to a Diddy party. But I would have never went to a Diddy after party because it seems like a lot of people knew what went down at the after party. My thing is, if you were a willing participant and you were a consensual adult, that is your bad. But if you are one of the victims, and a victim is different from a consensual adult, let's be clear on that. If you were a victim where he gave you something, like they're alleging he did, drugs called trank. Have y'all seen the internet where these people were addicted to that trank drug, and it's like supposed to be something that they give horses or something, and then I heard it's been around a while. I don't know because I don't know enough about it. But what I did see about the version that I've seen, it's scary. These people are asleep standing up. I mean, it's scary. It's like me. Where's the fear? Where's the fear and stuff? I don't want none of that. Please. But a lot of these people may not have wanted it either. And it was slipped on them. It wasn't fair. It wasn't fair by no means, no shape or form. And my biggest thing, Diddy, he want to get out of jail. He done got this what they call a dream team of attorneys together now, so he could try to get out of jail. I don't, like I said before, I don't care if Johnny Cochran, rest his soul, was living. I would be so surprised if they allow him to get out because they know he's a billionaire. So he got the money to post bail, assets, and all that, and ain't no guarantee his butt coming back because I think he know it's for real. It's hammer time now. So they let Diddy up out of there. Child, please. He going right over there with Russell Simmons or somewhere close. Somewhere they don't have any extradition policies in place. Hunty, they not letting Diddy out of there. He gonna pay the price for everybody and himself. Because let me tell you something. People have done that to Diddy. Diddy did not just start doing this out of the blue. He did not. I believe the music industry, he probably had a little saucy in him anyway. But I feel like when he got involved in this music industry and the old coons out there kind of started doing things to him, showing him the way, if you know what I mean, and his bank account kept growing, then he begun to like it. And then he felt like if he can do it, he could perpetuate that on other people. That's what I feel. I feel like someone turned him out and then he just became an animal. And this is the thing with people like that. I remember watching a video where he had his girls there and they were talking, father, daughter time, his new baby or whatnot. And he was talking to his daughters. They were teenagers. And he told them, now I know y'all at that age, but I don't want y'all dating. What a hypocrite. You don't want your daughters dating. They too pretty and pretty to date. They are cutie pies. But I'm just saying, you don't want your daughters dating. What made these people feel that they love their children any more than the next person? You don't want nobody bothering your kid and touching all on them and them dating nobody, not even a boy their age. But then it's alleged that you were messing around with people, children, young, old, or whatever. Girls, guy. I mean, what a hypocrite. What a hypocrite. Why do people think that they love their children any more than the next person? Let me tell you something. Diddy ain't getting out of jail. I don't care because he ain't getting no bail because they not letting him out, honey. He going to be sitting his butt down there till he go to trial. And he should. Because simply the abusing women, the SA stuff, I don't care if he did it to one person. If it was not consensual, and especially if it was a child, he don't need to get out. It was good enough for R. Kelly. They drug R. Kelly through the ringer. And you know what? No one seemed to really come to his aid. It seemed like everybody was hush, hush. And you know what? Now, Puffy sitting in there and it's just so nasty. It's so nasty. And this the thing. It's a lady, Gloria Allred. She has this new client. I don't remember the lady's name. But she's saying that Puffy and I guess his bodyguard or somebody had taken advantage of her years ago. And she ran out of the house. She called the police. And initially, this one of the new charges. And initially, she did not tell the police the name of the person that had touched her and did things to her because it was allegedly P. Diddy, right? But later she went back and she added that. Now I don't know how she didn't say how much later the lady went back before she added P. Diddy's name. But she did, at least I don't recall hearing that. But I do remember her saying that the lady did go back and add, okay, yeah, it was P. Diddy. He is the one, and I was afraid to say anything because he's so powerful, right? Let's say she did that back then. Okay, we give her that. But if she waited years and years later, forget that. And this is the thing is going to possibly blow up prosecutors' case, the federal government's case against Diddy. People coming and accusing him of stuff, and then they find out that they're lies. Because the bodyguard that she accused, I can't recall his name, but the bodyguard that she said was with Puffy, he said he ain't never been in no room with this lady. He don't look now. This is what he would say anything. Anyway, this is what he would say now. Even if he was guilty, people say it with a straight face. But if they cannot prove it, he said he's gonna sue her. Now, whether he did it or not, I do not know. I was not a fly on the wall. But he said he never been in a room with this lady. He doesn't know this lady. He doesn't know what she's talking about. He never touched her. And she sent him information. She DM'd him on Instagram asking him to be a witness for her to keep her attorney from going after him. If he had agreed to that, she said they would have never mentioned him in the suit. And he was like, what? I don't know who you're talking about. Man said he don't know her. He ain't never been in no room with this Diddy. And she's saying that he did this and that. And that man was like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. And she's looking like, yes, you do. And crying. I hope she's not lying. Because that could help start shedding like a second eye, a third eye, like, I'm getting like the rock on them. You understand? That's going to make people look at the prosecutor's case like, are these people telling the truth? I do believe he did some dirt. But man, he must have been a busy man to keep up with all these people they saying he was around here slanging it on. I'm telling you. And some people, hey, they are. To me, it's no crime to be kinky, freaky. If that's your thing, and that's what you want to do. You want to do your thing, you do it. You grown if you consent to it. But what is wrong is abuse, giving people drugs where they can't remember what's happened to them. That is a violation, and you should not be walking free. Because if he's been doing it as long as they stated that he's been doing allegedly to women, children, or whoever, I don't care if it was one child, that's one child too many. I don't care if it was one woman, it's one woman too many. You got a habit, you're a rich man. You definitely could find someone that would satisfy your need. You do not do it and go against people's will and give them drugs and alcohol and knock them out and they don't know. That is terrible. That is just plain terrible, honey. So anyway, it's going to be a lot to be going on with this stuff, but I think Mr. Sean John P. Diddy Combs going to be sitting his butt on ice. And he going to go crazy up in there, girl. He gonna go crazy up in there, boy. He gonna be crazy before it is over with. If these new attorneys don't get him out, he got an attorney now that's supposed to be deadlocked, handling death penalty cases. Another one's supposed to be spot on appeals, and then he had his original attorney. So they saying he has assembled a dream team, honey. He need to call Jesus because that's the only person who's gonna get him out of that. And you know what? He should have been calling Jesus all along. He should have been calling him all along. Not just now he in trouble. And not just to say that. It's going to be a whole lot of other heads that's going to roll. Girl, we're going to be talking about this for a minute, honey. This is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. And we ain't going to even talk about the shake-up of the music industry. I talked about that a little bit the other day. The shake-up of the music industry, because he was behind a lot of good songs that came out, even though they say he was taking people publishing and stuff. He was still putting them out and stuff like that, but it's a mess. It's just a whole mess. But we'll talk about it a little bit more later. I just kind of want to touch on it. What would y'all do if y'all was a person that was at a Diddy party? Would y'all talk, or would you be like, you wouldn't say nothing? You gonna keep it quiet like a lot of his celebrity friends do and are doing? Would y'all like be talking, trying to clear y'all name, getting y'all attorney, getting laced up at the boots strap, or you gonna be like, I ain't finna say nothing? Let them people. They were talking to what's his name? Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart said, you asking the wrong man the wrong question. We know Kevin Hart was up in some of the parties. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know about the after party. If he was at the after party, or he was at the after, or he was at the after, or he was just at the party. It's levels to P. Diddy's parties. Levels, honey, levels. But it's cobwebs on that big bed he got in that backyard now, child. It's crazy. He put too much on Front Street. And look, before I get off of him, I was looking at an interview him and Justin Bieber did when Justin Bieber, he had to be about 14, 15. And Justin Bieber was talking about he was supposed to get him a Lambo, right? And Puffy was like, he had a Lambo for a couple days. And then he went on to say, but just know he don't talk about what Big Brother Diddy do or Puff do, whatever he was going by in front of people. I'm like, what's the big secret? What's the big secret, Puffy? I want to play it for you.
That what they did together should stay private.
Beginning for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Oh, apparently not.
Can y'all believe he told that boy that? I'm gonna tell you something. I know a lot of these people were freaky deaky, and they was into it too. A lot of these men that we thought was like tough. Some of them got introduced to it by him and maybe ended up liking it. Some of them did it just because they wanted to keep their coins coming. Some of it just was kind of either way. Some of them was like, no. And some of them was like, get out of here. I don't want no parts of it. But when you talking about like a Justin Bieber, I feel sorry for him. I don't care. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for him. And my thing is, where were the parents? Where was the 9-year-old's parents? Where was Justin's mother? Where were these people? How does a parent turn their children over to a stranger and you not be anywhere around supervising? That is like, oh my God, it's crazy. But when I heard P. Diddy said that, I said he should be shaming himself for little nasty stuff. What do you mean just to know not to talk about things that him and his big brother do or talk about in public around other people? Child, honey. P. Diddy, if all this stuff is true, you need to sit down and need to be in there right where you like to get it. Right where you gonna be. But anyway, we'll talk about this later. I just kind of want to talk about it because that was like the conversation of the week. So I want to talk about it. Also, have y'all heard about Wendy Williams' husband, ex-husband, sorry, X-X-E-X with a capital E-X, husband Kevin? Do you know this fool talking about he want the divorce to be set aside because Wendy withheld $48 million, fraudulently withheld $48 million away from the settlement when they were going through the divorce. He want the divorce set aside. The ninja done learn how it is to live regular again. Their pockets got cobwebs on it. You understand me? Now this man done told this woman he don't really want her. He done left her. He done had a whole baby with his side chick. I think a little girl. You know what I'm saying? He flying her around, riding around a car that Wendy was paying for. Bought our house right down the street so he can make it convenient for his little nasty self to go between the two. And now he want the divorce set aside. He couldn't even help the lady when she was at her lowest point, when she was having problems with her lymphedema. She was looking destitute, needed help, and he could have came back into the picture and helped revive her, helped stimulate her, because she almost instantly went down in our eyes, and she was already suffering behind the scenes. But she went down after, everything kind of hit, the ceiling, and everybody knew what was going on. When that happened, it's like it took everything and drained her. And now this fool want to come back and talk about set aside a divorce because of the money. He's clearly in it only for the money. I wouldn't, if I was Wendy, I would, boy, you trifling, Kevin Hunter. You are the big dodo of the week. Okay? Dodo of the week. That is what you are. Because for you to be, you have no type of shame in the way you move. You click quickly and don't mind letting people know it's strictly about the money. Who you thought was gonna feel sorry for you when you told me you couldn't pay your property taxes? Who you thought was gonna feel sorry for you when you said you couldn't pay your mortgage? Nobody don't feel sorry for you because you were the detriment of this woman. She loved your dirty, and you treated her like trash. And you deserve too. You another one deserve everything. You probably been cheating. As a matter of fact, she said you cheated on her most of the relationship. I'm gonna say allegedly just because that's the right thing to do. You were married to this woman for years and you had an outside relationship. You dirty. And now you want to get back with her because you felt that she fraudulently withheld $48 million. I would have withheld more than that if I could have, because you trifling. You are trifling. And now you want to be coming back trying to order something and make somebody give you some money. Why? You want to get the 48 so you can take your little lady on a trip. Some men, I don't want to say all because it's never all, trip me out. It ain't much fun when the rabbit got the gun now, huh? No, it's not. You left this woman in the worst condition you could have left her in. She was down on her luck. She was feeling bad about herself, just not in a good place. And you so sorry you could not even help her get back on her feet and easily leave her. You had to have a baby, coming around, messing around, not using no protection, and then you coming back probably laying with her anytime you could. You a trifling little dirt. You need to be broke. You need to be homeless. Get out there and be a man and work. I don't care if you helped made her. Whatever money you got during the divorce is all you deserve. And you really don't deserve that because you were taking from her more than you were helping her. You're trifling stuff. Talking about you want to set aside. You look like set aside divorce. Divorce is divorce, fool. You are divorced on paper. There is no more Wendy outside of your son. There is no more Wendy and Kevin Hunter on paper other than the ex. And she'll be crazy to take you back. Just like them other people that hopefully are gone out of her life. You're another one that need to be gone. You just happen to have to straggle along because you know you're the father of her child. But you have some nerve to think this woman gonna take you back. I would write Wendy myself if Wendy took you back. I pray she's strong enough not to be bothered with you because you are Dodo of the week. Sorry. Because you got some nerve. You one of them low budget men, the low budget. I'm gonna be following this here and to see how this is gonna pan out because I know ain't no judge in this world gonna talk about set aside no divorce. You need to be far away from her, along with the lady, the conservator. She another one I hope gone somewhere. Y'all just running that lady to an early grave. I pray not, but y'all definitely not helping the cause. Okay, Kevin, get a life, get a job, and stop being a bum. Whew. Child cheese, these people tripping. They got me on 25 today, honey. I'm just like not keeping my foot on the gas pedal, okay? Because they are tripping. Finally, okay, I know y'all know about Young Dolph, right? Of him, rather. Like, I know of him. I don't know him, but I didn't really know much about him like a lot of musicians and artists and things like that until, unfortunately, they passed away. But he was killed a couple years ago. He was shot in Memphis, he was a rapper out of Memphis, right? But he wasn't born in Memphis. I think he was born in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't know a lot about him at the time, but everybody was talking about him after he was killed because it was so crazy. He was shot like, what they say, 20-something times. But anyway, the reason he was shot was even more crazy. He was shot by this guy called Justin Johnson, aka Straight Drop. That was his little name he rapped under. And Cornelius Smith. These are the two dudes that was hired by this other guy that was all clicked up with Yo Gotti brother Jook. Well, Jook was killed last year. I think it was last year, early this year. He was killed not too long ago. And everybody feels that it was, of course, them behind the killing of Young Dolph. Young Dolph would go to his hometown, well, which he considered his hometown, Memphis, and he would give turkeys out every year. So he happened to be there around that time frame. And they were waiting for a hit because they tried to shoot him before then. And they shot up his truck like 100-something times and they missed. So him and Yo Gotti was back and forth. And the whole beef kind of came about because Yo Gotti, it's alleged that Yo Gotti wanted him to be on his record label. Well, he didn't want to be on Yo Gotti's record label. He wanted to do his own thing. Okay, but no was not good enough. Yo Gotti felt like it was a diss. It was a diss. You know, basically, you don't think my place good enough for you, my spot, you know, my label. So they end up, I'm just kind of going fast forward. They had a beef going on. And when the beef was going on, it got to a point that then they start having back and forth issues, right? It went from that to Young Dolph getting shot when he was down there in November to give turkeys out, right? Well, they shot him up major. Straight Drop and Cornelius Smith, they shot him up. Well, they finally caught him. They went on the run. And Straight Drop, he wanted to be the hood person. He wanted to be under Yo Gotti's record label so bad, he would do anything. That's why he was one of the ones solicited to do the hit. Okay, he wanted to be up under it so bad. They were supposed to pay them fools $50,000 each. They were supposed to make something around that amount. Guess how much they made? Y'all. Guess. They gave them fools $800 for killing this man. $800. And said if they get clicked up, then they were going to, if they go to jail, then they would pay for the attorney. Well, they went to jail, got caught, and when they got caught, guess what? Cornelius started chirping like a bird. He started telling it all. And when he told it all, he told every single step of everything that happened. From the clothes they wore to where they went, what car they drove, where the car was dished at. He told it all. And Straight Drop, he was looking like, I can't believe this Negro food. Because Straight Drop said he going to hold it down. He going to take it to the head. He going in the jail. He going to sit in there and rot like a dummy because that's just how he stand. He on business. He going to stand on business. He ain't going to eat the cheese like Cornelius. He ain't going for it. He ain't going to tell. So this fool, well, he's going to jail anyway. But he got life. I think first-degree murder, life, whatever. He lucky he didn't get the death penalty. But homeboy Cornelius was pissed. He told everything. And guess what else he did? which was Yo Gotti brother, he was killed behind it, as I said before. And then he implemented Yo Gotti. He gonna be next. He gonna be the next Puffy we gonna be talking about it. I feel it in my veins. I feel it in the veins. He gonna be next. How y'all think y'all could be around here shooting and killing people and it's okay? Don't people have an option to make a decision on if they want to be with you and work with you and be under your label or not? Isn't that man's choice? Now y'all gonna kill him. Now they was getting dirty and they back and forth. Don't get me wrong. They were dirty and saying things they both shouldn't have said. I heard the beef back and forth. So they were both wrong. They were both writing diss tracks, but that's how they do when they're doing this little drill rap stuff and they rap and they got rap beats. All this stuff. That's why I say the music industry needed a shakeup. They need a change. Because all this negativity, all this killing, this drugs, and all this, it's just taking our boys out, whether it's death or it's jail or just whatever. It's just doing too much to our community, to our culture. So this music business thing needed a shakeup, and it was major. But Cornelius told it all. Cornelius said, I don't care. I'm mad about my money, and I ain't getting my money. All y'all in jail with me. So guess what? He told it all. From the clothes they had on to where the car was dumped to who paid what, who paid for their attorneys, why he only got $800, why he was mad. And FYI, he implicated Yo Gotti. So next, I see the indictment coming down for him too. Child, it's getting dirty. But anyway, I'm getting ready to get out of here. I just wanted to touch on a few things that was hot this week on the press, and I want to talk about it, and I did, and I'm out.